What's going on, guys? It's Jake here, and in this video I'll be talking about the dividends that I got on the Robinhood app in the month of April, because today is April 30th. And if you're new to my channel and you're not yet subscribed, I talk about investing in stock market, personal finance, things like that. So if you're interested in that kind of stuff and you like my content, definitely consider subscribing. But other than that, getting into it, so I invest in quite a few dividend stocks if you don't follow my portfolio, and I also invest in only a handful of monthly dividend stocks. So I typically get pretty decent payouts every month, and then also every, usually around 4 months, because that's when a decent amount of my companies, or every 3 months I should say, that's when a decent amount of my companies actually give out their dividends, and this month I actually had a decent amount as well. So I'm going to pull up my Robinhood portfolio to show you guys just straight up, and it should be up right about now. And if we go over to my account page, and then if we go to history, and I will say quickly, Robinhood doesn't do the best job at actually kind of outlining. I mean, I guess they do a decent job at showing you all your dividends that you get, but they don't do the best job, and they could do better, and I've seen other platforms do it better, and I think they do it like this to try to keep it as clean, as simple as possible. But I would like it if they, at least showed some things, like maybe perhaps like an ex-dividend date, or a payout date, or just a little bit more in depth about the actual dividend payments. But anyways, I'm gonna switch the filter to just straight up dividends here, and Robinhood breaks it down into a pending and then also a past 30 days. And like I said, they don't do the best job with showing this information. There's a lot of things that overlap, a lot of things that don't update super quick. So some of these dividends I've already gotten, but Robinhood didn't update it in this section. It's just not as great as it can be, so I might be repeating some of the stuff here. But anyways, first, actually, I'm going to start down at the bottom at the past 30 days. So April 1st, Coke dividend, 80 cents. I like Coke a lot. I have a couple shares of them now. I think when that ex-dividend date passed, I didn't own as many, so I recently bought some. So that's so my dividend payout from Coke in the future will actually be a bit higher than that. After that's Nike. I own, I think, a handful of shares of Nike, 66 cents there. Nike doesn't have a super high dividend, and it's also not necessarily known for having a dividend yield or anything like that, but I actually think they might be in the near future, and I also think they eventually might become a dividend aristocrat, because I think they're actually pretty close to that right now. After that is Walmart, and Walmart, again, not one super well known for dividend, but a pretty blue chip solid stock in my opinion. After that's Main Street Capital, and Main Street actually has a monthly dividend yield, so I get this every single month, and their monthly dividend stock I actually like. They're in a video I just posted, I think it was last week, about monthly dividend stocks I like on the Robinhood app, and actually Realty Income was also on that list. Realty Income is one I like a lot. They're probably my favorite. Well, I should say they definitely, actually, yeah, I'd say they definitely are my favorite monthly dividend stock. Not only on the Robinhood app, but just in general. They give out their monthly dividend very, very consistently. They increase it as well, and they overall is just, in my opinion, one of the better stocks and REITs out there. After that is SPHD. I have 3 shares of them. They give out a monthly dividend as well, and they're an ETF that does so that's kind of tough to find, are ETFs that give out monthly dividends, and even ETFs that have high dividend yields. But SPHD, ProShares S&P 500 high dividend low volatility ETF, is actually one of those, and one I like a lot as well. And then if we go up to the pending category, so some of these, as you can see, were from March, and then some of them also were from going into May and April as well. But I'm going to kind of skip through the March ones here, because that's not really what this video is about. Skip more to the ones that I've actually gotten so far in April. So, I mean, I guess at the end of March I had a couple there. I had VU, which is Vanguard S&P 500 ETF, Pepsi, which is also a pretty decent dividend stock there, Bank of America, not a super great dividend stock actually, but still one banking stock I like, and one I thought had a pretty good buying point. And also you can see down here as well, I have Realty Income as well as Main Street Capital there from March. So those consistently give it out on the same date as well, if that helps you out or anything like that. A lot of dividend stocks do that, either the middle, the beginning, or the end of the month. The most I've seen are towards the middle and end of the month, but I think all the ones I own do it around the middle. Yeah, or SPHD does it at the end of the month. But moving on to moving on to April actually is Walmart, Walmart again, I think that was the same one I looked at earlier, but either way, pretty solid stock there. Not super well known for having a great dividend yield. After that is Realty Income, their April dividend yield as well. And then moving on to May, I have a couple coming out in May. Let's see, AT&T, Main Street again, Morgan Stanley, AbbVie, as well as Colgate. So yeah, those are all my dividends that I've gotten from the month of April, as well as some other pending ones on top of that. So overall, in my like investing strategy, I don't do like a super hard like monthly dividend strategy at all, but I do focus a lot on dividend stocks. And the reason that I do that is because one, I don't actually take out any dividends or anything like that, like use it for like side income or anything of that nature. I simply reinvest all of it. So that's also nice to have some constant buying power, like every couple of months or so, and with my monthly dividend stocks every month. And two, one thing I like about having dividend yields coming in every so often is because of that buying power. I mean, if you were taking a look at like adding up my dividends I was getting, it wasn't a whole lot of money. It was only like a couple of bucks every like few days or whatever it was. And yes, that does add up over time. But one goal I like having, or one way to encourage me to actually deposit more money into my portfolio, is seeing like, okay, like this month I got $20 worth of dividend payments, and you know, I can't necessarily buy any stocks in my portfolio that are worth $20 or so. But let's say I'm looking at, I don't know, Microsoft stock, and they're at $100 right now, and I have $20 from my dividends that I could reinvest back into them. Well, you know, I need that extra $80 or so to actually buy the stock, so that would just be money I simply deposit myself. And I think it's kind of a good way to, like, on a consistent basis, especially if monthly dividend stocks, but even if you have any dividend stocks, to kind of consistently get yourself to deposit your own money back into your portfolio, simply so that you could be able to actually buy stocks, because I don't really own too many stocks that are around like under 20 bucks or so. I mean, some of the cheapest ones I could think are probably AT&T in my portfolio. A couple ETFs I have are kind of cheap, but besides that, unless you're just investing in penny stocks, there's not too many stocks that are below that like $20, $15 range. But other than that, guys, that's really it for this video. Just wanted to show you guys some of my dividend payments on the Robinhood app, and just sort of share that stuff with you, because I don't go too in depth when I go over my portfolio about dividend yields or anything like that, or how much I'm actually getting from dividends. But right now with my portfolio, it's not a huge amount, but it is a nice amount to have to be able to reinvest into that. But other than that, guys, that's it. Like I said before, if you are new to the channel, I talk about investing in the stock market, personal finance, entrepreneurship, things like that. So if you're interested in that kind of stuff and you're not yet subscribed, definitely consider subscribing. And also, probably either tomorrow or Thursday, I'll be posting the video going over my entire Robinhood portfolio. So I know my current subscribers like that video, and if you're new to the channel, definitely stay tuned to that. I go through every single stock that I own in my portfolio. But other than that, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video.